Good morning. This is Bread from the Beach. I want to tell you we love you. We're excited about being out here in the sunshine and being down here to hear the waves in the background and let some of the tourists walk by us. What a great thing. And it's just a great day in the Lord. And here we are at a place called Fort Fisher, and we are excited about it. And I just want to share with you this morning out of Mark's Gospel, a passage that, again, I have preached from and taught so many different times, but there are different occasions where specific things out of that passage really come to mind, and I just want the joy of sharing them with you. One of the things in this passage that really excites me is Capernaum was Jesus' home for his Galilean ministry. And there are reasons for that in terms of the positioning of Capernaum right down by the Galilee, and then the road that was traveled greatly that runs right by Capernaum so that the gospel that he shared there would be spread everywhere. Just some thoughts about that this morning. It's interesting when you first read this passage that Jesus has come back to Capernaum. He's been off on a ministry trip. He's back now, and it's exciting that so many people are thrilled that Jesus is home, so that they all come out so they can hear him, so they can see him, maybe have a conversation with him. It's exciting to know that this whole community comes out because Jesus has come home. You know, sometimes people have the impression that Jesus is just this vagabond teacher that travels around and talks and says what he says and does miracles, but nobody really knows him well. I think it's important to understand that he is known. This is his home down by the Sea of Galilee, and people do know him, and their response to him is that when he comes home, they are so glad to see him, so glad that he's come home, that they gather at a house, and so many people gather that the house is full, and then outside the house people have gathered. It's amazing, that kind of response. Sometimes I think, when I just am at a church where I might be or something like that, I just want to shout to everybody that will listen, Jesus is in the house. Jesus is in the house. Because if truly we love him and our heart is for him, we want to be with him. But you and I know that through the power of the Holy Spirit, if we've come into saving knowledge of him, he lives within us. We don't have to go anywhere to be with him. The question is, are we excited? Is everything about us full and excited that he is in this house, my house, your house, living within us, his very presence, strengthening us, not only for the living of this day, but hope for today and hope for tomorrow? Wouldn't it be amazing if we could have the kind of excitement about that presence that these people have when they just gather because he's come back from a ministry trip and he's home again, and they're so excited that they just want to get in the house, and when they can't get in, they want to gather outside because they want to see him and they want to hear him. They want to be in his presence. You know, the presence of the Lord makes all the difference. His presence in you, his presence in me transforms our lives. Tell me, guys, isn't that something to get excited about? Isn't that something you just want to declare and shout from the housetops? Jesus is in the house. Jesus is in my life. Jesus is in my family. What an amazing thing that God has done for us, that there is that living presence on the inside of this house. So much so that Paul tells us, know you not that you are the temple of the Holy Spirit, that God himself dwells within you. Colossians 2:9 and 10 tells us that in him there is the fullness of the Godhead bodily, and in him we are complete. What an amazing thing that his presence is within us. Let's shout it from the rooftops. Let's shout it in the neighborhood. Let's just let everybody know that Jesus has come, and because he is present with us, we're transformed and we live a life of hope in his name. This is Bread from the Beach. Be blessed.